we are going to talk about something deeper, which matters a lot, which can help to fill the gaps between parent and kid, especially teens. Hi, I'm Anshika Verma. This is Teach, Build, and Inspire, where we talk about education, helping kids and parents. Joining me today, Madhuri Gargipati, founder of Path to Courage, where she helps parents and kids to deal their emotions with courage, help their teens to succeed in their life. Hi, Madhuri. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Anishka. It's really nice and honored to come here. So today I came here with a list of questions. Okay. Most of the immigrant parents have about their teenage kids and middle schoolers, and also become more responsible and accountable. We are putting them in a stress situation. Just get A's so that you can get into a college. Yes. On top of that, one more actually, this following a question regarding that counselor, that in Bay Area especially, people spend on average 45K to 50K for college counseling, right? Even more. Even more, right? Sometimes. So like in which grade actually, like in freshman year, sophomore, or junior year, when do they realize I misplayed the game? Means I did not choose right counselor, or then they go to another one. There are parents who have realized it in 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade also. Well, it is too late already. Hmm. They, and when you look for college counseling, you need to see what is it that you're looking for. We were looking for college counseling for our younger kid, and because my older son, he said, I want to do economics since 9th grade. Mhm. He said, I want to do economics. So he knew what he wanted. My younger son, he does not know. He says, maybe I'll do computer science, maybe this, maybe that. We looked at last year, and we did not want counselors who would say, this is what you need to do for your kids. If you don't do this, you're wrong. And obviously, they'll highlight the top 10 kids who went, 10% who went to high colleges, right? They'll mention only those. Yeah. They have 10,000 kids, they will not mention about all the things that did not work out, right? Because it's a sales thing. That's right. They are marketing that. Right. When you are looking for, don't get into a 4-year college thing unless you know what is it that you want from the college counselor. First, aspects you need to consider for a college kid: social life, what are they doing on the weekends, what are they doing after school, that aspect of it. Then sports, music, whatever extracurriculars they like to do right now, they're passionate about, are they being offered in that school? Because that will be their life afterwards. They're going to find friends there. So this college gives you demographics. Who do they gravitate to? Are there people like that in their demographics? What is the social life? What is the do they like city place, or do they like a village kind of atmosphere? Secluded, or do they want close access to city? Right. Create a college list with your kids first. Don't expect some stranger creating a list for your kid is not right. Very true. And do you have because family there? Don't let anyone to dream for you. Yes. You should create your destiny, your dreams, everything, whatever you want to do with your life. Right? As a parent, we want to guide you. As a parent, we want to help you. Whatever support you need from externals, we can outsource support as well. If I'm not well equipped, everybody is not that much equipped, right? So can get support from outside as well. But first conversation is, I think, start with, like as you said, with parents. Right? Parents sit with and see if you have family or friends close by, if they are going too far. Right. Because sometimes when emergency happens, medical emergency happens, do they have some family or friend who can reach out to them? That's right. So all these things, create some college list. See what you want. If your kid is STEM, there are different college counselings based on your kid is in STEM, your kid wants to do different universities, or if your kid wants only UCs, do they want out of college, out of state, in state, scholarships? Based on what you need to understand, what do I want? The how is what they will provide. You can't let them decide what, how, when, where, everything by themselves. Then you are at the mercy of them. You'll be like, yeah, you know what the college counseling said. They said they're the top rated college counseling. Maybe it's not right for you. That's right. So, what would you suggest if these kind of, for example, if there is like a huge gap between kid and parent, should they start, looking for external help to
They
get
should.
that fixed,
They should.
rather than struggling again and being shy to admit it that we are really lacking in certain
What will
areas
that ego
too.
do to you, right? That ego and pride of, yes, I'm lacking. Like, I would say it's similar to, would you be shy to say when you get an A1C, that diabetic treatment or something, doctor says you need to go on metformin because a hormonal lack is there, your thyroid.
Right.
How do you recognize that? You have some discrepancies. You either gain weight a lot, or you lose a lot, you lose hair, or some symptoms. You'll start hearing from people that these are symptoms of diabetes, or these are symptoms of high blood pressure, or something. You get go tested.
Yeah.
Like how there is a well check every year to see are you doing good or not. Similarly, we have to check. If they say, hey, your A1C is too much, you have to start on metformin because your body cannot generate it anymore. You need external help. You need external thing to regulate your hormones. We will do it, right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
So same thing we can do with the kids as well, right?
Kids and us too.
Yeah.
I need help. I'm not, my work is too much. My parents are not well. My in-laws are not well. I'm traveling a lot. I'm not able to handle this. Like you are putting your kids in extra. What is pride? You just because your kid is going to a math tuition, does it mean you don't know enough math?
Right.
You know, but you don't have time to sit and tutor them and train them. So you are putting in an external class.
Correct.
Whether I know it or not, I'm investing money in putting in extra classes. Similarly, mental health, emotional well being should be an extra class. Whether you practice at home directly if you have what it takes, or put it in an extra class where they make sure accountability that you do it every day. Find the right person who will help you understand your kids' point of view, your point of view, help the kids understand your point of view. Because maybe you don't know how to communicate with them in the right way. Right. Maybe there's another person who can let them shed light on your parents actually care about you. Right? Yes. So, emotional well being, emotional health has to become our daily routine, whether you provide it or put them in a class. Kids need to understand how to, emotional awareness is very important. Don't bucket everything into why are you sad? I'm not sad, I'm overwhelmed. Yeah, same thing, you're not happy. Yeah, but I'm not sad either. I have a test tomorrow and I'm overwhelmed. I'm not sad. I'm stressed out. See, what is stressed out? Stressed out is not an emotion. You know, understand the emotional awareness. Emotional regulation and emotional awareness is very, very important for parents and for kids. You don't have, once parents, it's more important for parents because the more you learn, you can emulate it. That's your right. Kids will model against you. And even for kids, if you want to give them, along with all the extra classes, please provide them emotional awareness and regulation classes as well, because that is what is going to help them once they go to college. De stress themselves, even in high school, during high school.
So, one last question I have, because you have two kids, you met so many parents, you have been in US for a longer time. Your personal, what do you call that? Your observation, your personal thoughts, or your experience so far in terms of education, if you have to put it like in two, three, you know, if you have to rank it in like top three, what would be your thoughts? Like, how is the education?
How is the education here?
Education over here.
Education here is amazing if you're curious, and there are a lot of opportunities here. There is a lot of freedom here. Freedom to choose whatever you want, right? With freedom and comes a lot of power because I have the power to choose. With power comes a lot of responsibility, right? Again, responsibilities have the ability to respond, have the ability to pick and choose. Because of that, kids are in lot more pressure because they are like, I have too many choices. Because
becomes
there are
hard.
too many choices, it's actually very hard for them.
And they are not trained yet
Yes.
to choose what is right for them.
Yes.
So that's the missing there.
That's the missing, and you can put in college counseling and everything, but parents have to invest time and take, because you understand your kid the best. College counselors know a little bit, and it's a group thing, it's not a one-on-one thing. Even though they say one-on-one, that one-on-one they meet you once a month. In that once a month they meet you for 30 minutes. How much time are they going to know in 30 minutes? Of course you will
Not
feel
enough.
it's
Not
not,
enough.
and you're changing, you're constantly changing, right? So
We also fill out lots of questions in hospital. Does not mean that doctor
exactly,
knows everything about you.
doctor tells you to take 3 times for this particular thing, you have to take 3 times a day. Oh, but this medicine makes you drowsy. Yeah, I have to drive my kids, I have to drive to work, I cannot. Okay, then take it only at night. Do you see how quickly it changed from 3 times a day to once a night?
Yeah.
But you said I have to take 3 times a day for me to get better. But you are saying you cannot. You cannot stay at home. You have other responsibilities. So take once a night. So it is up to you. If you want it to be fixed quickly, you'll take 1 week off from work. You will tell, I'll ask my husband to drive my kids, and I will take 3 times a day. It will be very drowsy. I'll sleep. I'll get well. Or I don't have that luxury. It will take 1 month for me to fix it. So it is on me to decide. Doctor gave me both options. It is for me to decide.
Correct.
We know us better. We know our kids better. So don't just blindly listen to college counseling or somebody else or comparison. Somebody did this, you did this. No. You know your kid better. And kid is not just smartness, not just academic acumen, their personality. Do they get stressed out when there is too much? Do they get nervous? Some very, very smart kids become nervous before tests. Some kids, they breeze through it. When my kid gets nervous, she always gets a fever. Why do you want to put your kids through that? Why is happening? Why don't you help them? So parents' involvement is very, very important. And mainly understanding why you're doing. Don't go into the rat race of competition. There is a lot of choice here, so it's too much pressure on your kids. It's not the same on how you went to study.
That's right.
Very
There was
different.
like one path. You have to go to school. These are the teachers. They are going to teach you. Complete your homework. You're done. You
Yes.
fixed till 12th grade.
Yes.
Like 8th grade. After that, you select whatever the stream you want to pick, and after that, again for next 4 years, you're good. Then you have to make a decision.
Here
Right.
it's every day they're making a decision. Every
Right.
year to pick classes, they're making a decision. And even if you pick a class, it's not that you picked a class. You have to give 5 options. Based on the number of students and everything, we don't know you'll get a choice.
That's right.
And that is disappointment. They're constantly going through disappointments. Are you there when they're going through disappointment?
Yep.
What are you teaching them when they're going through the disappointment?
Whatever they face actually in school, even we don't know even.
Yeah. So
if they are open to us, then they will discuss. Otherwise, we are not going to know.
And even when they discuss, are you prepared to discuss with them? Are you in the same mind to discuss with them? Are you mindful? Are you calm enough to discuss with them? Listening is actively I'm engaging with you. Hearing is I'm doing work, I'm doing dishes, I'm doing this. Even then I can listen. But if my mind is preoccupied, they're like, Mom, there was this singer who came today. She sang really well. I really connected with the lyrics. I want to become a singer. I heard it, but I did not pay attention to it. Later, after 2 days, she'll say, Mom, did you know that my friend went to that concert? It seems that same song she sang. Her how her mind is developing, she's putting all the seeds in. You're not listening. You're hearing, but you're not connecting.
Right.
Later, she comes and she says, I always told you I love music. You never paid attention. What do you mean? When did you tell me? Right? So, are you in the receiving mode? Prepare yourself to be in the receiving mode for your kids. Otherwise, the communication will slowly fade away when they get a feeling that you're not listening. To stay connected, because once they go to college, they want to go as far as possible from you.
That's so true.
And they don't want to come back on breaks and vacations. They would rather go out with friends. Why? Because it is not fun to be with you. You don't understand me. To stay and have a connected home, listen to your kids. Be you first create yourself in a receiving mode. If you are not receiving, whatever they are broadcasting, you are not knowing. Communication gap starts because of you, not because of them.
That is so true.
Yeah.
But most of the time, when anyone become a parent, they start saying that not actually take it as a what do you call that? Use it as a card. Okay, saying, "Hey, I'm parent. I know what is right. Never ever judge anyone's parenting. Okay, I know what is right for my kid. Are you sure about it? Or whatever you believe you did is really right for the kid?"
Yeah.
These are the question actually, you know, uh, people should ask all the time because we are dealing with real human beings.
Yeah.
Our kids are going to be is our future actually, not
Yeah.
going to be our future, right? So whatever we are seeding in, right? And how are we preparing them to they can become disruptor, they can become innovator. Totally depends on us.
Yeah.
What kind of environment we are providing.
Yeah.
Correct. Amazing. It was really nice talking and
here.
getting lots of insight. You shared your experience actually. You shared your experience from different arena where and that's that arena actually not most of the people want to discuss, but everybody is there almost. Right?
Yes.
Almost everybody is in that arena. Somebody is stressed about work or stressed about kid or something else, one or another thing, right? Going on in life. And kids also at the same time. But yeah, as you said, everybody should reevaluate and regulate their emotions.
Yep.
All the time to be happy.
Yes, of course. To have a peaceful life.
Peaceful life. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This is Teach, Build, and Inspire.